Hello, Earth Angels. These are your messages for the full moon in Sagittarius 2015. This is June the 2nd. And the message that you got through the third card was a fairy named Bohemian Sith. And she represents the energy of the 8. So what this is telling me, because the number is 8, is that this situation that you have been through the previous months started about 8 months ago. It's been an energy that's been in your life for quite some time. You are in the fall season of that energy, although we are in the summer. So that means that things are about to take a breaking point for you, or take a turn that's going to help you. That Sagittarius energy liberates us. It gives us solutions to a problem that we might not have seen before. Sagittarius helps us, like I've said before, it helps us break free through the inner knowing and the inner connection that we have with the divine, and the knowing that you know that you're going to be fine regardless of what you're going to decide to do, because everything is in perfect divine timing. The energy of Neptune right now in Pisces might be creating a veil of false illusion that everything's great, that everything's through the rose-colored glasses. Sometimes we need to be in that energy in order to feel good, but also when this happens, we need to find out what is fantasy and what is reality. And it's fine, because those rose-colored glasses helps us feel good in making our decisions. So know that because Bohemian Sith came out for you, what this fairy is trying to communicate with you is that perhaps you have been going through a period of bad health, illness. Perhaps you've been drained of energy, and you might be feeling oppressed. There might be people around you that are not telling you the truth. There might be people around you that might be making you feel oppressed, or might be making you feel restricted in a way or a form where it's making you sick, where it's making you not feel good about your life, where you feel trapped. I actually see that. I see a little rat going through a maze, and not the moment that you feel that you're going to get out, it feels like that maze, that little outlet that was seen, it seems like it's just boom, like the door's being shut on you, and now you got to find another way to get out, and you just feel like you might be running in circles, and you might find that there's no outlet. So what I get from this is that yes, you might be feeling this way. You might be feeling that there's no light at the end of the tunnel, or when you see it, it gets shut down on you. But don't be scared, okay? Another card that you got was the energy of the 7, which it's the Faction. And the Faction is a fairy from the winter court. So what this is saying is that you're about to get out of this. There will be that light. You are seeing the light. It gets shut down, but eventually it will open fully. This period that you're going through in your life may seem very hard. I feel that some of you might not be taking any action. It actually might have been, you might be feeling really scared. And it's been making you just not take any action because you're afraid of what might happen if you take a step forward, because it just seems that some of you, when you take a step forward, you take 2 steps back. Don't be scared. If you keep on moving forward and you may be feeling like you're taking 2 steps back, just know that you're taking 1 step. Each step that you take forward, each step that adds up. That's what I'm hearing. And Faction here is just telling you to just be careful. Be careful with the people that are, some of those people that are creating this illusion of fallacy around you. Listen carefully. Take time to make decisions. Try to see what's behind those words that are being told to you. Try to see what's behind the actions that are being made. Try to see if you're signing any contracts during this time. Read the fine script. If you're going to make a decision with somebody that has to do with money or that has to do with, I hear some people might move in with you. Try to have a form of contract, not a verbal one. I hear it has to be written for your protection. Try to have some kind of contract that's going to protect you in the future if any complications arise. If you are buying anything together with a person, I hear you must keep your receipts. I hear you must also keep those receipts, because if things don't work out like you would want, you will need those receipts in the future. So you know what belongs to you and what belongs to that person. This does not mean that it's a matter of mistrusting somebody. It just means that it's for your protection. So you might not even have to tell the person that. You just keep your receipts, because there might come a time where there might be a little bit of miscommunication, or that person might have forgotten that item, that they're not the one who bought that item and might want that item back. And if you have that receipt, you're going to show the person, hey, I bought this. This item belongs to me. Or, hey, I paid for that. Now you need to pay for your part. So be careful in a good way. Don't allow that to scare you. This is good. Knowledge is power. Now, what I also got here is that some of you, because you're going through all of these setbacks, they're not minor. I'm hearing they're very, very strong, and you need to take time to feel the grief that you are experiencing. You need to take time to feel what you are feeling. Don't deny it anymore. There is a phrase called sacred anger. Sacred anger means when you have the right to feel angry, loved one. You have the right to feel how you are feeling. Don't oppress those feelings anymore. Take time to discharge that energy with this full moon in Sagittarius. You could go outside even tomorrow and go under the full moon and just feel what you are feeling. Allow yourself to feel what you are feeling. Allow that energy from that full moon to come in from the head all the way down to your body and down to the roots of your feet, and ask the earth to just take it away and neutralize it. And it's going to make you feel good. This is a way that you can release that energy that you're feeling, that anger, or find other healthy ways to do it. You can exercise to exert that energy out. You can write it down, but I'm feeling like it has to be more action oriented. I feel like it can't be passive. It can't be something where you're just going to sit down. If you're going to meditate, it has to be something that, like Kundalini Yoga, where you use body movement to get that energy out and bring in good energy in. If need be, if you feel sick and you can't move the body, just walk for a little bit in nature. Come back, grab a little bit of incense or sage and just smudge your body, and that's going to make you feel better. And through the next 7 days that are going forth, do that. Each day, sage your aura, cleanse yourself. And that's going to help you be in that moment of how you're feeling and take action. Don't be scared. You have the right to be angry. You have the right to feel enough is enough. And you can come out of this. You know you're going to receive some additional messages during this full moon time. And you're going to be able to have the information and know exactly how to liberate yourself from this oppression that you've been feeling. I also hear that you should use amethyst. Amethyst is going to really help you clear that mind, give you that mental edge to see through clarity. If possible, you can use lilac, the smell of lilac, like oils, to help you clear. You could also use ametrine. Ametrine helps with clearing the aura. It will also help strengthen your assertiveness in a good and loving way. Amethyst also connects to that energy of Jupiter that we're having right now, which is in Leo, which is fun, being creative, centering with what brings you joy in your life. I hear do things that make you feel happy. You might feel that there's no time for that, but you're going to have to make the time. Even if it is 10 minutes, take those 10 minutes for yourself. Take a bath that's cleansing. Surround yourself with beautiful things in your bath, like put crystals, take a bath with crystals and salt baths, to just cleanse yourself. If needed, I'm hearing don't use so much fire for whatever reason. I'm being told some of you are using too much of that fire element. I'm hearing tone it down, and you need to bring in more earth, and you need to bring in more water. So that could be through baths, crystals, nature, hiking, taking little walks. That's going to help you. And yes, and if you need to hold back from some people, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to hold back. Just like this card here, this other card you got here, Demeter. Demeter is a goddess, that god. In short, I'm not going to go, if you want to learn more about this goddess, you could go on the internet and learn about her. She was betrayed by Zeus because Zeus underhandedly gave her daughter to that energy of Pluto, and he gave her to, in Greek his name is Pluton. I can't remember his name right now in Greek, but he's the god of the underworld, and Zeus gave Demeter's daughter to the god of the underworld without her knowledge, without her permission, and Demeter was struck in grief, and she felt very betrayed. And what she did is that, since she's a goddess of fertility, a goddess of abundance, a goddess of the earth and of making things grow, and what she did is that she halted growth. She halted everything in the earth that is growing, like the vegetation. She halted that, and winter came from the first time because everything died, because Demeter was upset. She held everything back, and she brought forth winter. She retrieved growth. And sometimes in our anger, we need to retrieve everything, even ourselves, from a person or a situation, to allow it to die in order to bring forth spring again. And with this story, because Demeter halted everything in her sacred anger, Zeus listened to her, and he brought back her daughter every other 6 months. So for 6 months, Demeter's daughter is with the god of the underworld, and that brings forth winter. And then the next 6 months after, Demeter's daughter comes back up into the earth, and that brings spring and summer. So that story just tells us that sometimes we have the right to be angry and to retrieve. We have the right to feel this way. And that's going to help bring forth the spring in our lives. And no, it's not about being angry or mean to people either. Do it all with grace. I hear grace. Be very graceful, be very kind. But if need be, loved one, just retrieve from that's hurting you. And that is your message. And I am very grateful that I helped deliver this to you and give you this message. I'm hearing for some of you, it might be a little bit overwhelming, but I hear that you had to hear it. I hear that that's what you needed to hear. And you can meditate on it and what it means to you. Thank you. And I hope that this message helps you just be liberated and just be in the higher vibration. The truth does set us free, loved ones. Thank you. Goodbye.